When I was 13, a thought would run through my head, usually while in the bathroom with my pants in a heap around my ankles and a roughly used Macy's catalog laying nearby, open to the women's underwear section. I used to think, man, when I get married, I'm gonna have so much sex. And I was right. Well, particularly compared to back then. And sex is with my stunningly beautiful, smart, and funny wife, Krista. And the emotional connection we have makes the physical one better than I could ever believe, a concept my 13-year-old brain could never have processed. Now, Krista and I had known each other for a while before we got married, and we both knew that the other wanted kids. And one day we were sitting around basking, shortly after our wedding, basking in the glow of being newlyweds. And she said, "Are you supposed to wait a certain amount of time before trying to get pregnant?" "I don't know. I don't want to wait. Do you?" "No, I don't either." "Great," I said. "Then we should probably get started right away and do it pretty frequently to get the best results." And we were so lucky, because it barely took any time at all. We could not believe the pregnancy tests. Krista was chugging water, and then she took multiple tests, and they were all positive. We were hugging, celebrating, laughing, and just imagining the possibilities. Now, we wanted to be prepared. Krista pored over the pregnancy books, gaining a wealth of knowledge that put me at ease. Because I, on the other hand, had skimmed, "Dude, you're gonna be a dad?" And I remembered absolutely nothing. And we got to have sex during the pregnancy, which was great, even in the later stages, using an exercise ball in the hopes of inducing labor. And I had no idea that was a thing, but it worked, because shortly after that, one evening, her water broke. And that morning, on the drive to the hospital, Krista was calm. I, on the other hand, had developed a bout of nervous flatulence. Prompting questions of why I kept randomly rolling down the window of the car. When we arrived at the hospital, my brave and beautiful wife pushed for over 3 hours. And I stood at her side, sweating, worrying, and asking the nursing staff such hard-hitting questions as, "Does applesauce count as a clear liquid?" And in a feat of sheer willpower and love, our beautiful daughter was born. I've always been impressed by my wife, but I could not wrap my mind around how strong she was and how strong she is. Even so, recuperation would take time. And for us, physically, sex was not an option for a while. There was the physical toll of birthing an 8-pound, 9-ounce human. And there was my sweet angel of a daughter, constantly nursing, feeding with the tenacity of a young honey badger. Now, when our daughter was 6 months old, she began to sleep in 3-hour increments. This was our time to either sleep ourselves or relax. One evening, at the beginning of one of these 3-hour windows, Krista turned to me and said, "How about you grab 2 beers and a candle and let's relax?" Drinks and a candle? I see where this is headed. I understand. I get it. Okay, I'm gonna need every candle in the house. No, hold on, calm down. What's the sexiest candle we have? What's the right scent? But I settled on one of those wood wick candles, and I returned to the bedroom with the drinks and a said, here's your drink. I got a wood wick candle. It's like wood. It's like wood. It's like a wood fireplace. It's like crack. Yes, Adam, thank you. It's very nice. Am I nervous right now? What? I was so ready for what was about to happen. I was prepared to ignore the fact that our daughter was sleeping nearby and the dog was snoring at the foot of the bed. So I said, the candle smells pretty good. Pretty romantic, right? It's relaxing, Krista said. Yeah, it's romantic when we're relaxed. Clearly, my excitement had to begin to affect my rational brain. So, what are you in the mood for, she said. And my mind went wild with the possibilities. Maybe we could do everything we've ever done all at once to make up for all the time we lost. Maybe I should get the exercise ball. So I said, and I started to rub her arm, and I looked at her lovingly. Maybe. And she looked at me and said, maybe we could binge watch a show on the computer and do nothing else but relax. Damn, I thought. But then I instantly hated myself for it. Why can't you just let her relax? She's sacrificed so much. Why can't you just be a good husband and let her relax? The brightly lit room full of candles in my head started to flicker out. And finally I said, yeah, relaxing's best. We shouldn't do anything else, but only relax. Oh, come on, Adam, I'm so tired. But then I noticed a twinkle in her eye. And within that twinkle, I detected a lot of pity. But there was attraction there. So she turned to me and she said, how about this? If you promise not to talk at all, I will give you a hand job while we watch Scandal on Netflix. Great. I mean, thank you. I mean, that sounds good. And it happened exactly as our verbal contract stated it would. But during, I thought, is it respectful to watch the show too? What do I do with my hands? I know she said not to talk, but she does look beautiful. I should tell her how beautiful she looks in the wood wick candlelight. And finally I turned and I said, this is pretty shh. And on the screen, Olivia Pope solved another impossible presidential crisis. And looking back, it was the best episode I've ever seen. And as I drifted off to sleep, I wondered how weird it was that I just really enjoyed the experience. Whether it's calmly giving birth to our children while I freak out, or taking my libido into consideration when she just wants to relax and watch TV, or a million other examples. Krista continually makes me feel like the luckiest husband in the world. And if I could go back and talk to my 13-year-old self, I'd say, hang in there, buddy. It's gonna get better. Marriage isn't gonna be exactly what you think, but in many ways be so much better than you can ever imagine. Oh, and for goodness sake, get rid of that damn Macy's catalog before your mom finds it.